last Friday, I mentioned, as well as I did on yesterday, Sunday, stay away from anger. When the Great White Hope Donald Trump trial is happening there in New York, and they quote unquote found him guilty, quote unquote, they found him guilty. I sent out a warning, as I did during the thing at the Capitol building there. Stay away from anger. You're going to walk into a trap. Because when you're angry, you can't not see what you're doing. You can't see what you're doing. And I know I can't convince you that you can't see. You got to see for yourself that you can't see what you're doing. Because no one can convince you of anything. You got to want to see the truth. Now that they have so-called found the Great White Hope Donald Trump guilty of whatever, right? I'm telling you again, stay away from anger. They want you to be angry. The enemy of good, the enemy of God. You may call them Democrats, media, right or Republicans, because there are never Trump or right or Republicans. They want you to be angry so that you can overreact, and they're going to lock you up. They want a war, a civil war, and they're going to win, and you're going to lose because you were angry. The best way to fight this fight, or any fight really, is not to be angry. There's never, ever, 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 but never, ever, 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 ever a time to be angry. There's never a reason for anger, no matter what happened out there. But you got to see this. Listen to young, white, conservative men. They want you to, they're like itching for you to overreact. They want you to so badly. Not only do they want to destroy Donald Trump, they want to destroy Donald Trump's supporters. They don't want it, especially if you're white. But any Donald Trump supporter, they don't like you, but especially if you're white male. And God forbid if you have a little influence. I'm telling you now, I told you Friday and again, anger is evil. It's a trap. You walk right into a trap when you have anger. Do not get angry. You see, Donald Trump is not getting angry. He's not upset. He's just dealing with it. Deal with life without being angry about life. Maxine Waters, the wicked witch of the West with the low IQ. She is like itching for you to do something crazy, to overreact. She wants you to. And not just Maxine, the wicked witch of the West with the low IQ, most of the politicians, especially those in control over the last 3 to almost 4 years now. They want you locked up. They want you to fight. Maxine Waters talk about civil war in the aftermath of Trump conviction. Watch this from X.
I am going to spend some time with the criminal justice system, with the justice system, asking them, tell us what's going on with the domestic terrorists. Are they preparing a civil war against us? Should we be concerned about our safety? What is he doing with this divisive language? It is dangerous, and we're going to have to make sure that we understand that we're not at risk with this man talking in the way that he's doing.
That's evil. And if you have anger inside of you and you see that evil Maxine Waters, it's going to encourage that anger even more so. She is pushing you to go and do something crazy. She know you're not out there doing anything or plotting anything. Not you. If anything, they're doing it. They're doing what they're telling you, accusing you of. But don't fall for the anger. Stay calm. No matter what they say, no matter what happened with the Great White Hope from this point forward, you stay calm. In all things, stay calm. Maxine Waters, they're pushing, they're edging you on. Don't take sides. I was talking to some people over the weekend who are anti-abortion, and they all mad because of the pro-abortion people deal this election time season about abortion. They're pushing abortion, so they want to rally and protest. And when you talk to them, and I did with some of them, they've had abortions themselves. They're in marriages are breaking up and all kind of stuff. I'm like, well, nobody protesting you, right? And so I'm thinking, just think about it. Anti-abortion out there protesting, pro-abortion, pro-abortions meaning people who are for abortion, out there protesting anti-abortion, and all they're doing are fighting one another. That's all they're doing. And both sides think that they're right. And then if you want to do something about this abortion thing, contact your representative. You voted him in so that he can represent you in the system. Contact them. You're paying them, and say, "Hey, I'm anti-abortion. Vote against the pro-abortion law," and you don't have to fight with anyone. But people don't realize that they join groups, and they forget that the fight is not against one another; it's inside of you. Because people don't pay attention to themselves. What a mess. But anyway.
What about, no, it's just perfect that it happened after you said all that. And I say rock that clip to drive the point home. Alex Jones.
So, despite all that, Alex Jones won his viewer to not fall for the trap of violence. Do not fall for the trap of violence. Watch this from X.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing to understand about what's happening in America and the world today is don't get violent.
Yeah.
Don't have civil unrest that they'll call a civil war. Klaus Schwab and the globalists have said their plan is civil wars around the world or color revolutions that destabilize and destroy a country, and then the globalists come in as the saviors. That's being done. They want a civil war in America. They've been pre-programming it everywhere. We do not want that. So I don't want any violence against any of the people that are shutting down InfoWars. I don't want to hear any talk about it. I don't want to see any of it. I'm sure they'll provocateur some of these groups themselves and anonymously, make threats against themselves to be victims. That's coming for sure. And for all people who say, violence is good, our enemies want violence because they're losing the information war. They're hoping for violence. Do you understand? If you study warfare and the modern system, violence is not the answer. So we're the victims, and I'm about to lay out what's happened. We're the ones being attacked. We're the ones being silenced. And so people ask how they can support us. I'm about to break it all down for you. Pray for InfoWars, share the articles, share the videos, share them from all the places you find, share them from Real Alex Jones on X, and just understand that we're being targeted. Clearly, it's overwhelmingly clear to me by the deep state, and it's very, very serious. There's a lot of stuff that I can't talk about at this time for a lot of strategic reasons and other things that I'm trying to work with my lawyers and stuff. They've got some points that are right. I'm right some of the time. When it comes to, I'm right most of the time. But the point is that this is a very, very serious time in America, and we're winning the culture war. We got to be cool and focused like Trump. We got to pray for Trump. We got to support Trump because this is a criminal takeover we're witnessing. They're the ones saying if Trump gets in, he's going to persecute them. Everything they say he's going to do, they're doing it at a rampaging speed. So do not be violent.
Amazing advice, perfect advice. And if you were to practice being aware and not being violent in little things in your own life, you wouldn't think of being violent in big things. You would see how to deal with it. That is perfect advice. And it's weird, they push anger and then use it against you. You don't want to be angry. And during this time, especially like this year, with election coming up, it's like a real big deal. You know what I mean? It's the control freaks who have been in control for so long, they want to control you. They don't want to let go. So don't get angry. Let's check in on the ex-producer, Shar, to see what he's up to.
We need a little tranquility.
Yeah, a little tranquility.
Not tranquility, tranquility.
Oh, yeah. Tranquility. Like a vampire?
Tranquil means quiet.
Oh.
Peace.
Tranquility. So Can you show us?
Yeah. Well, Hassan will show him, but we actually I got a little, look, Sean's back home. You guys know that. He's back home, and he sent me a couple of pictures of him working on stuff, and I just see him back home in his element, working on his life. And it's pretty
Amazing.
great. I mean, I think he's working on air conditioning stuff, he told me.
He's working on air conditions. He loves that kind
So
of stuff.
he's busted
Man,
out all
he
the air
love that.
conditioners from the property he's working on. There he
Whoa.
is in the attic, dealing with asbestos maybe.
He's in the attic right now.
Yep.
Whoa, he
Blurry photo, but working.
He loves that kind of stuff.
Where's your mask? You have to wear a mask, Sean.
Yeah.
He's
dealing
too
with
alpha for a mask. Breathe through your nose.
Yeah, he ain't gonna wear no
No,
mask.
well, he already knows to breathe through his nose.
So he's in the attic.
Yeah,
Knocking out the air conditioning?
and he's working on this
Whoa.
beautiful property,
This is
which
his
he said
property.
we could show. And
He said we could show it.
yes, he did.
It's beautiful. Huh?
And
Oh,
looking
yeah.
great, working on his life and in his element.
Nice
This-
landscape in there.
This is my producer just left. This is what this is the way white people like to live. All white people want to leave us alone. We want our first class life. We work hard to get our first class life, go to college, make buku money, buy nice homes, and keep it beautiful around our. We don't want to be fighting with no blacks.
That's
We just
funny.
want our first class life. That is so beautiful.
Indeed.
Sean's so white, says cool guy Tyrone.
That's what Sean is doing, y'all.
Are those blue flowers or purple flowers?
Purple rain.
Beautiful.
Purple
I thought only California was
rain.
nice like that.
Purple
Sean reported live from Jersey.
Purple rain. Purple rain. All I ever want to do in the purple rain. Purple rain. Wait.
I don't like that song. It's too like moody and sad and drama.
I like how James reacts to that song.
Come on, man.
Play me some upbeat stuff like Michael Jackson.
You don't like Purple Rain?
It's okay. It's a well-written song, but it's just. Nice.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror.
No, that song is too moody too. That's written by a woman.
No, they're written by Michael Jackson.
No, a woman wrote it for Michael Jackson to sing.
Oh.
It was
That's
an
why you don't-
anti-man.
That's
song.
why you don't like it.
No, that's not why. I mean, I like it, but it's just that's not an upbeat song. That's like a look at yourself.
What a sexist.
What about
Looking at the mirror. Oh,
I will be with you? How's it go?
Well, that one is
You are
too
not
sad too.
alone.
Let's
That's
play.
the sad,
I'm here with you.
Why are you
most
guys
precious
singing?
of Michael songs. Just for Hake.
No, Ben is the best one.
What?
Well, that's definitely canceled because that's written by
Ben?
R. Kelly. No, You Are Not Alone.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Been the two of us.
Oh, yeah, that's about
Free
the
Art Kelly.
that's about the rat.
Yeah,
Ben
it's about
is the rat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Sandy's favorite.
Sean, thank you for sending us an update.
Nice.
I know you're listening and watching. Thanks for sending us an update, Sean. So far, and we had amazing producers, but the best is just getting better, better producers. Thank you, Sean. So that's a little update about Sean, what he's into.
Nice.
He was not an offer guy, a guy to work at a desk.
Yeah, you didn't want to be holed up in the cave for 8 hours every morning.
To the point that Sean would get it from his desk here and go around the building and look for stuff and get things done.
Yeah, look for stuff to do.
Sean, go finish whatever you got to do, and in a year, come back. I'll get you outside, and then we'll go viral.
He loved working with his hands.
I'll get you a man on the street. I'll get you out there.
Amazing. Nice.
We need hands. Nice.
So before you guys leave, and then I will take some calls. Speaking of how many demons are inside of us, I want you guys to comment on these demons. This is security camera footage of a man walking down the street, smoking his cigars.
Cigarettes.
I mean
think.
cigarettes. When a female passerby brushed up against him, he immediately flipped and attacked the woman.
I'll
Watch this
describe.
from X.
Yeah, go ahead and play it. I'll describe it for the people. But so he's walking up. He seems to be smoking just fine. He takes a puff of his cigarette. That lady barely brushed up against him. You might want to play that
Whoa.
again since it's so short. Can you mute the hyperdeck actually this time? We don't need that music.
That's awful.
And you could play that again. As you can see, he seems to be fine, like just having a day. Barely brushes up against
That's
him.
his fault too.
Yeah, too. He's like walking side to side a little bit. Boom.
And he just shoves her all hard. Black on white crime.
And she's on the floor there. The video ends, but
Wow,
Looked white anyway.
a black guy. Seemed to be a black guy.
made me think of that story you were saying.
What? How you know how you know she breasted
You
against
could
him?
see it. You could see. You
Oh.
could see. In my opinion, that's what I saw. But you could see the movement of her shirt. You could see the impact. It's very slight.
He had
but
his hand up, like holding his cigar.
Yeah, I saw
his,
that.
joint or whatever it was that he was smoking.
It wasn't
and
a
it knocked
cigarette.
her. Who knows what? Maybe it was a cigarette.
Yeah.
And
a Lucy.
it knocked her shoulder, I guess. And then he turns around and shoves her and gave her almost like whiplash, maybe. And she went face flat into the gutter
But
off of the sidewalk.
but look like white people ought to know to look back when they pass a black.
And then he's like, "What? What the heck?" He held his arms out like she was wrong.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's like that
Shouldn't white
story
people
you said.
look back?
Be alert. Give
if
them
they
extra
just
space.
went
Cross
past
the
a
street.
black?
Yeah,
have
go on
a
the
story
other
about
side of
that.
the street.
Huh?
That happened to me.
It did.
Yeah, in L.A.
Whoa. So real fast, Nick, you want to tell us that something happened to you like that
You just
with
reminded me.
that woman just now we just played.
I had recently arrived to Los Angeles. Okay, I remember getting off the plane, and I actually remember when I got off the plane. As soon as I got out of the airport, I looked around and I had a thought that said, "Did I make a mistake?" when I just got off the airport, but
I bet.
yeah. And then I remember the first person that picked me up was an Uber. It was a illegal gay guy. And I was like, wow, I arrived to L.A. Anyways, I get onto the metro train, in the first month that I was here, to take the metro train, and I barely brush up against this black lady, like barely, and she went off on me, and I never took the train again.
You barely. He got mad,
She got off, and she like, don't touch me, nah, nah, nah.
and you were just fresh.
I just got to L.A.
LA.
And I took the metro train, one of the metro trains. I
Why-
was so used to taking the subway in Canada.
And why you just take another train that was headed back to Canada?
I
Right
endured.
there.
I
like
endured.
got off one plane and got on another one.
Yeah, I endured.
Amazing. Y'all got to look around now, white people. You don't know, these people are high and they're angry and they, you can't take any risk anymore. Your life is at risk. And speaking of the number of demons, and we gave the assignment to watch the number of demons inside of you, right? They're everywhere inside of you. That's what's hot. All these wars and rumors of wars and this races fighting one another and all that, it's all evil. It's all something else is driving you and you don't realize you are possessed. It's not you, it's something inside of you. You're not in control of anything. I want to tell you that that every human being is there are two hoops and a holler from becoming Jeffrey Dahmer. Every human being. Until you wake up. I want to show you this amazing story. Been trying to get to it for a while. Then I'll take your calls and your super chats, all right? This is from the Daily Mail. TikTok star Ali Abulaban found guilty of killing his wife after he caught her with another man on a couch. Watch this from CBS. Any day now, I will hear you say, Goodbye, my love.
Okay. What can I get you?
Ali Abulaban, who went by his username Jin Kid, is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder for the deaths of his 28-year-old estranged wife Anna and her friend 29-year-old Rayburn Barron. According to prosecutors, Ali installed a listening device into his 5-year-old daughter's iPad, and when he heard his wife and another man talking, he went to her home and shot them both to death. Then, still armed, he picked up his daughter from school.
Amazing. What do you think drove him to do that? Who do you think encouraged him to do that? It wasn't him. And that same spirit, those spirits that's inside him, Allah Abu Dhabi, is inside of you. Every human being. That's what Paul talked about in the Bible. He said he finally realized it wasn't him, but something has made a home in him. You are possessed. And those spirits are causing you to do the thing, to think the way you are, to feel the way you feel, and do the things you don't want to do, and prevent you from doing the things you want to do, from being right. It wasn't him. Who do you think, or what you think encouraged him, if his story is true, to instill a microphone in the doll of his daughter to try to catch his wife? I guess his wife. He is, here he is in custody, describing the day he carried out the attack. Watch this from X.
Did you kill her?
Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that.
So when you heard Rayburn's voice, you went to...
I didn't recognize her. I didn't know who it was.
But what were you thinking?
I was freaking out. Oh my God, I caught her. I caught her. Oh my God. There's a man. And then guess what? I hear nightmare. R&B music. I'm trying. I'm like, don't do it. I'm screaming.
As you're driving to the apartment.
I'm screaming. I'm like, don't do it.
What happens when you get to the apartment?
I go up and I see them.
What did you think? What did you think?
They were nothing. I didn't see that. I don't. It was a blur. And I felt like I was on the passenger seat of my own body. But when I opened the door and saw who it was, broke my heart. And to see her kissing Ray on my couch with his feet on my table. How do you expect a man to feel? Happy? Well, I guess that's the end of my marriage. No! That's my family!
Amazing. Amazing, huh? That's what's happening to every human being. It's the same spirit. The same spirit that drove him to do that, allegedly to do that, it's the same spirit that's driving every human being. It's the same spirit that drives you to be jealous, envious, worry, to compare yourself to others, to be suicidal, to everything, to feel good and to feel bad. Same spirit. He talked about, he was clear, something else made me do it. It was like something else in my body, something was driving me. I was outside of my body. He overreacted. He overreacted. And he thought it was him. And now that he's in jail, he has time to think about it. And it's crazy. Because I promise you, that had he not made that woman and his child that important to him, and he heard that they were cheating, he would not have meant anything to him at all. He would have walked away. Free man. Seek first the kingdom of God and his right way, and all will be added. You cannot put anyone or anything before what is right. You cannot put anyone or anything before what is right. Anyone. Your wife, your children, your parents, your mama, your daddy, your dog, your cat, not even you. The thing that you, other person that you put before seeking what is right will become your God. And it will control you. And it'll drive you right into hell. And I love how he explained it. Can we play that part where he explained what happened again? Just so you will see, this is inside of every human being on this side of heaven. That's why you must be born again. And born again doesn't mean what you think born again means either. But you must be born again. You must overcome evil by returning to good. Returning to the Father. This is Allah Abdullah Ban. He's talking about, according to the Daily News, he caught his wife with a man on his couch, and according to the report, he ended up killing the woman. Here's what happened when he heard them, according to the report. He is in custody describing the day he carried out the attack. Watch this from Asch. I just want to play it again so you can hear it.
Did you kill her?
Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that.
So when you heard Rayburn's voice, you went
I
to.
didn't recognize him. I didn't know who it was.
But what were you thinking?
I was freaking out. Oh my God, I caught her. I caught her. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's a man. There's a man.
Overreacting.
Guess what? Right here. Nightmare. R&B music.
As you're driving to the apartment. What happens when you get to the apartment?
He's screaming, don't do it, don't do it. But it was driving.
What did you think? What did you think?
Nothing. I didn't see that. I don't know. It was a blur. And I felt like I was on the passenger seat of my own body.
Isn't that amazing?
When I opened the door and saw who it was, broke my heart. And to see her kissing Ray on my couch with his feet on my table. What do you expect a man to feel? Happy? Well, I guess that's the end of my marriage. No!
That would have been the right way. Amazing. Felt like he was outside his body. Don't do it, he was crying on the way over there. He overreacted. And every time you overreact to little things in your life, it's driving you to overreact to big things. That's why I'm telling you, with this deal with the Great White Hope right now, don't overreact. It's enough to see it, injustice, but don't hate it. Don't be angry. Don't overreact. Just give it a try. Try not to overreact to little things in your life and see how you're going to grow. And there's a basketball, a girl, a white girl, that's, according to reports, are really good at basketball, and she catching hell from the black girls. They're jealous of her. So according to Yahoo Sports, some of you may have heard about this. Indiana Fever's Caitlin Clark was knocked to the floor by the Chicago Sky's Kennedy.
Yep, Kennedy
Carter. And Nick is going to explain to us what's happened. We have a breakdown of the incident.
What happened is there was a conflict between this Caitlin Clark, and we've talked about her before. She's plays for Indiana Fever.
So she's a white girl that, according to all the reports, really good. She's better than the black girls in playing ball, and they don't like it. And so apparently they are attacking this girl, the white girl. Okay, Nick.
Yeah, they're big time attacking her. And this latest here, she's up against Chicago Sky, and there was a foul, is what made the news, where this Kennedy Carter totally checks Caitlin Clark. So here's some of the footage of that incident. So that's Caitlin Clark right there. You know her a little bit by now. That's her right there. And here's at the beginning there, showing some of the footage of WNBA here, which some people tell me isn't exactly
first home win.
The best
45
footage.
seconds left in the third quarter, and watch this key play. Aaliyah,
Key
a
play.
couple of misses, then finally gets the putback. But keep an eye on Kennedy Carter and Caitlin Clark as they run back. They appear to share some words right there. Now the
is what they're saying. So here's the foul itself.
At first, I saw the white girl in a white uniform. Now she's in. Are these different games?
No. This is the
Why
same
did-
game. As you can see, she's in red.
Oh, but
She's in red.
when we first started out, was she in the white?
No. Look, she's in red in this whole game.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, this whole game she's in red.
Go ahead.
I mean, this is from the same clip. This is Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky. Okay, so back to the foul. This is the moment right here. You see the highlighted players. Caitlin Clark is in red. And she pushes her here. This is her again. You know, you can see her kind of mouthing the B word here, but
She looked like she said the B word.
she looks like she said it.
I don't know for sure if she said
Right.
it, but it looked like she said bitch.
And then you see here in the sidelines who's highlighted is Angel Reese. She's another black player who's had
Oh,
incidents
so
with
that
her.
was her in the white warming up when you first start the video. I just wanted to make sure. I thought I saw her in that.
Gotcha, yeah.
Go ahead.
That was just her warm-up stuff. So that's Angel Reese on the sideline cheering on this moment here.
And
She's clapping that.
so she's cheering on that this black girl knocked Caitlin down.
Yes. Correct.
Amazing. And so this is a black girl knocking down Caitlin, and then there's another black girl on the sideline cheering it on.
Correct.
Okay.
That same girl has another. That one's Angel Reese. She has another incident with Caitlin here, where you see her swipe her arm and make contact with Caitlin there.
Wow.
A little bit of what's going on here on the WNBA, but that's pretty much the thing here. You see, Caitlin Clark's team wins 71-70.
Amazing. And you say?
I say they don't like her, that's for sure. And, you know, we got some comments from the coaches and all that. They're talking about it's sportsmanship. Oh, it's just part of the game. Yeah, some stuff is too far. I say this is all. They see her and they go, that's that white B word.
I think what white people, maybe they do realize this, but they just won't speak up about it, is that they're hated by the blacks. And not all, but most of the blacks. They hate white people. And for this white girl to be playing basketball better than the black girls and getting all the attention, that ain't going to happen. I mean, it'll happen, but the black girls, due to them being angry and evil and hateful and jealous of the whites, they're going to attack this girl. It's not even done yet. Especially knowing that no one is going to do anything about it because it's the blacks who are attacking the white girl. And this is evil. And what most people don't realize is that, not all, but most of the black people are evil, pure evil. And they really hate white people for no reason at all except for jealousy. This white girl is going to catch hell because she's better than the blacks. And they want to be the hero. They want to be the one that's on camera. They want to be the one that people are carrying up and down the court after they make the last shot. They don't want some white girl to be doing this. So this is going to get worse unless someone stop it. And I can't imagine anyone stopping it. And then the black girls don't care because they know there is no consequence to what the attack upon white people. Amazing. And so here are the statements from both coaches, right, Nick?
Correct.
And this is from ESPN as well.
Correct.
Their first soundbite was ESPN. Okay, let's hear it.
Now, after Chicago Sky coach Teresa Weatherspoon released a statement today, physical play, intensity, and competitive spirit are hallmarks of Chicago Sky basketball. Kennedy got caught up in the moment, in the heat of the moment, in an effort to win the game. She and I have discussed what happened, and that was not appropriate, nor is what we do and who we are. Now, Kennedy understands that there are better ways to handle situations on the court, and she will learn from this, as will we all.
Fever head coach Christy Sides expressing frustration.
We just keep sending all these clips into the league, and they keep telling us why we're not right about our calls, or what we think, but we're going to keep doing it.
Amazing. And so that was the coach from both teams.
Yeah, the first one was for Chicago Sky. That's the coach of the team of the black girls. The second one was the coach for Caitlin Clark's team, Indiana Fever.
And the white coach was saying, we've been sending these tapes in to the league, showing them what's going on, but nothing's been done about it. Ain't nothing going to get done about it. Sorry, white lady, white coach. Nothing is going to get done because it's an attack on white people from the blacks.
Yeah, you might think it's harsh or like, oh, how is this an attack on white people, Jesse? This is like people fighting in basketball. But why I totally see what you're saying is because this is already a physical sport. You see WNBA, it seems to me, my anecdotal evidence, that the girls like to get in spats more. And even on top of that, it's clear that they seem to have like a overt thing on just Caitlin. You see what I'm saying? That even in the aggressive scene of WNBA and all that, it still seems overt, out of place, and clearly targeted. And I can't think any otherwise than she's that white bitch.
Amazing. Yeah, this is because she's white. And because she's better than the blacks at playing. And the blacks don't like it. White people are not allowed to be better than the blacks anymore. They have to lower their standards and pretend that the blacks are better than them. They have to, if Caitlin pretend that she couldn't get the ball in the net there, if she pretend that she couldn't really hit the ball, whatever she do, then they'll like her. She'll be fine. But she's up there playing like nothing going on, winning, and makes the blacks look like they need to work hard. There's no peace in that. It ain't gonna work. This is affirmative action. Caitlin gotta let affirmative action happen on the court. And it's unfortunate, but that's what it is. And I know when people play basketball, they hit each other, they run, and whatever, right? But this is evil. It is pure evil. What a mess. And so they're trying to make women basketball a big deal? That's what they're trying to do?
Okay, well, this is where I got to be honest. I don't really follow WNBA. I'm not entirely sure, but I know Caitlin's making headlines. We're talking about it here.
Right. Well, we're just talking about it because she got knocked down by the blacks.
Yeah. I hear that her team's not doing too well, Caitlin. But she's like a high point scorer, but...
Right. Well, I know they're desperately in my country today, and around the world, but my country, they'll try hard, overtime, to put the woman ahead of the man. That's for sure. They'll try hard to put women above men in every area of life now. And as a result, my country is going to hell in a handbasket. Joel Friday making the point that they act like Caitlin can control the attention she's getting. Yeah, they're jealous of Caitlin. The blacks want to be the heroes. And plus, basketball is supposed to be a black thing anyway. And some white girl come out of nowhere, and she is like a star on the basketball court. If this been a Mexican girl or Chinese girl or Japanese or whatever, it wouldn't be a big deal. Because she'll be considered one of the colored people. We'll see how long this lasts. Amazing. There is this weight loss thing that a lot of people have been, it's like a popular thing that a lot of people are using now. I don't know about a lot of people, but from the reports I've heard about it from other people, entertainers are using it, fat women are using it to try to lose weight. But according to the Daily Mail, and I asked someone about this too on the Fallen State recently, I think on the episode coming up, I think. Might not be that episode. But according to the Daily Mail, people who took popular weight loss drugs say their stomachs are paralyzed. But apparently, and I've heard people say, oh, this is such a good thing to do. It's an amazing way to lose weight. It curtails your appetite. You don't eat as much. And there are no really side effects to it. And then I heard other people say, well, we just don't know what it is right now. But there's side effect to all medication, if not all, most stuff that people get you to put into your body, it causes some type of problems. And so I guess if this is true, and I don't know if it's true or not, it is starting to come out now that this particular weight loss drug, people started to feel the pain from it. And so which lead me to believe that you just got to do it the right way. There ain't no easy way out. You got to get up, exercise, move about, watch how you eat and what you eat and how much you eat. It's like you got to take control of your own life. And the world is offering you these easy, quick fix ways out. But apparently they don't work. You got to do it yourself. 99.5 won't do. You got to do 100. Watch this from the Daily Mail.
So some doctors are calling for more research into the side effects of very popular diabetes and weight loss drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy. They say the new side effects may be emerging, and as the demand for these medicines skyrockets. Our Meg Terrell, our medical correspondent, is here. What are the doctors worried about?
Yeah, so we know that the way these drugs work is they mimic a hormone in the gut called GLP-1, and that stimulates the body to produce insulin, can also curb hunger, and it slows the stomach from emptying. And it's that last thing that doctors are focused on now. Our reporter, Brenda Goodman, talked with 3 patients who had sort of a severe effect of that actually caused, or their doctors think perhaps caused, stomach paralysis or gastroparesis, a severe form of that, and that can cause severe vomiting and nausea. And of course, GI effects are known side effects of these medicines. You can see in clinical trials, nausea was felt by 20% of patients on Ozempic, 44% of patients on Wegovy, which is a higher dose of Ozempic, essentially for weight loss. The FDA has said it's received some reports of stomach paralysis among patients taking the medicines. They don't know if the medicines caused this. They did say in some cases that hadn't stopped, even after patients stopped taking the medicine. And so this is something that is known, but doctors are saying we really don't understand this effect well enough, and patients should really be aware of it. If they're having severe vomiting, for example, that's not a good thing. So Novo Nordisk, which is the maker of both Ozempic and Wegovy, says that these drugs and the class of medicines has been on the market, for 15 years. They say they've been extensively studied both in clinical trials and since they've been on the market.
Stomach paralysis, though, is just scary when you hear it.
What is more scary than the medication itself is just all women there. Where are the men? How come men are not doing it? Why are they taking the jobs away from the men and giving them to the females? How would the men take care of their families? Oh, the female making the men stay home and take care of the family? That's worse than the medication. But it seems as though you got to know that anytime you take, and I don't know about all medication, but anytime you overdo medication, you take more than you should take, it's going to create some type of problem for the body. It seems. And so it looked like you would kind of know. I don't know what is real with this medication or not for the weight loss thing, but you got to get out there and do it on your own. It's like when you're working on yourself spiritually. No one can help you work on you. You got to work on you. So when people can point the way to it, like I point the way, it's inside. Look within. Point the way, but you got to do the work. You can't take a pill and get better. on the straight and narrow path, you can't. So it's interesting to hear these people starting to complain about this so-called popular weight loss drug. It's interesting. Be careful. You got to start thinking for yourself. Don't just take the expert's word. Think for yourself. All right? Amazing. 888-7753-773. Let me go to first-time caller Lynn out of Tennessee. Lynn, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Oh, good morning. Nice to hear your voice and see you on TV.
Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm a Navy veteran. You know, I'm 58 years old, and I agree with everything you say about these women. They didn't just ruin the lives of these young men and women.
Yeah, they have done it to the sons and the daughters, and the reason they have done it is because they have not overcome that anger. They're angry, and that spirit in them is jealous of the spirit of the man because his spirit is of God.
Yes, I totally agree. I told you I talked with my wife about that, and she kind of agreed with it, but she said that she would never obey if I say something like that in public around her friends and family. She ain't gonna respond to that.
And why not?
I guess the evil in it. I was trying to convince her of the racism. All that stuff is made up. It's fabricated.
Yes, absolutely.
Just to keep the blacks brainwashed.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
And I agree. I was in the service, and like you said, they lowered the standards for blacks. I was in there around black people, and they didn't want to perform their jobs or nothing like that. They was always crying and criticizing about just nothing.
Are you black, man?
Yes, I'm black.
Just for the record.
I'm all the way black.
You
black? I'm like
black?
a black sheep in my family. I'm black. Amazing.
Amazing.
So, yeah, I was just a black sheep in my family. I was for everything that was right in my family. It seemed like all my other siblings, they was like for everything that was wrong in society. You know, they just went along with the brainwashing and everything.
Over the years, Lynn, I've noticed that that there in every family there seem to be one or two of the kids, the male or the female kids, that they are part of the family, but it's like they've been set apart from the family. Even though they're in that family, they're still not really in the family. It looks like God set them apart. And that's why it's easy for you to see the truth, because you were not, you were there, but you were like the black sheep in the family because you loved the truth. And it seemed to be that way in most families.
And I was born in 65, so I'm 58. And I had an older sister. She used to just shoot that rhetoric to us about white people, and she was a crackhead most of her life, and she didn't even have work nowhere. It was amazing. And she had convinced my mother of this, and my mother, I went to the Navy. They didn't even support me while I was in the Navy. All they wanted was my money.
Yeah.
It was sad. I'm like, the guy, he's right. It was so funny to me.
What a mess.
Right. My sister, she was the oldest. She orchestrated the whole thing. She ran a Ponzi scam on me when I was in the Navy. She hit me up for like $10,000.
Whoa.
And man, it was just sad. And, you know, after I realized I didn't have the support from my family, so I liked the Navy. I loved it, but I didn't want to just risk my life for some money, so I just went on and got out. And I prefer the civilian side of life more than the military part.
So, Lynn, when you tell the blacks, or anyone really, but the blacks, the truth about there is no racism, the nature of the woman is evil, how do they respond to you?
They call me a coon. They call me names. Even my own son, he called me. They said that you've been whitewashed.
Yeah.
Just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Because in their mind, they've been convinced by the mother of the family and the grandmother, like you said, and it just trickled down to the children.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
They want to say they're Christians, but they don't believe in the word. How you gonna say you're saved and you're a Christian and you don't believe in the order of God? That don't make any sense.
And they don't have love for all. They hate the white man, but they're supposed to be loving God. How you gonna love God but hate the white man? That doesn't even make sense to me.
Right. And my slogan is I ask what's wrong with the blacks. they tear up everything. They destroy everything.
Yeah.
And they get mad when you bring it to their attention.
Yeah.
I got in an argument with a pastor in the grocery store about these kids, and I said I said the children here they're so bad. I said even the church don't want them, and then he's going to reply, I want them.
What a mess.
But I love your show.
Thank you.
And how do I contact you guys? I want to send you guys some money, get a couple of your merchandising and that stuff.
You can go to. Oh, you can call 888. What's the number?
800-411-BOND.
I can't hear you.
800-411-BOND. 1-800-411-BOND.
800-411-2663. Or you can go to rebuildingtheman.com. All the information is there, too.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm trying to get the word out, but there's so many beta males around. It's like,
yeah,
it's overwhelming.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but stay with it. The one person have more power than 1,000. So you stay with it, stay with it, stay with it.
All right. Nice talking to you, man. And y'all, God bless y'all, and y'all keep up the good work.
We will. And thank you for your support, Lynn. I appreciate it.
All right. It's an amazing show.
Amazing.
Bye.
Bye now. Amazing. Nice. I want to have you guys respond to something. Here's where Pearl explained why she believed chivalry was never a good thing. When I was growing up, I didn't know anything about chivalry.
Like opening doors for...
Why they had to put a name on that instead of just open the doors?
Oh.
But watch this from Pearl.
The facts kind of do show that as societies get more and more developed, women get more and more rights, right? So, and like back in the days of chivalry, in the days of the knights in shining armor, the whole part of chivalry was, being virtuous towards women and making life very easy for women. But the narrative these days is that women were oppressed and women were chained to an oven.
I don't even think chivalry was a good thing. Because
you don't think so?
Men used to kneel. It's women saying we're more special and awesome than we are, and we want freedoms, rights, and privileges we don't deserve. Men used to kneel to kings. That's where proposing came from. And then the women said, no, kneel to me, and the men said, okay.
Do you think that it's a man's job to protect a woman?
Yeah. Yes. But I don't think it's a man's job to protect every woman.
So she doesn't think chivalry is good at all. She did opening doors, none of that stuff is good. She's saying that was a mistake, according to her.
When did they start calling it chivalry?
I thought that was always a thing. I didn't know that was never said back in the day.
When I don't never remember when we did open the door for the woman, right? We opened for the wrong reason.
I was gonna ask, was it natural when you did it?
We trying to be chivalry.
Was it natural back then to do that kind of stuff for ladies, like be nice and like,
if you were dating and you wanted a good ending of the date that night, I can't, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, but, I know.
Not that sure.
But normally you don't open the door.
But what about for like mother or sister or auntie? Like, if you open the door for them to let the lady go in first or no?
Go in first where?
Like to the store or to the restaurant.
I mean, is she like going through the driver's side to the other side?
Well, not that, because that one feels like a date when you open the car door for somebody.
Oh, you mean, into a building.
Into like a building,
Oh, that's what you're saying. Oh, yeah, you do it because you know the woman is a weak investor. So she coming in, you open the door. You hold the door for her.
But for the car, you don't do that for the sister. Kind of weird.
Nobody.
Nobody? Not even a date?
You go on that side, you get in. I'm on this. I'm driving.
You got hands.
That's right.
Dang. I didn't even know all that.
So are you guys chivalry?
Chivalrous?
I would say.
Are y'all chivalrous?
I do all right.
You chivalrous?
I think so. Why you laughing so hard? I remember one time I worked with a girl at work, and I thought she was cute. She was cute. And she worked with me, and we kind of liked each other a little bit. And then at work, I would go on the side and open the car door for her. And it felt weird at work. But on a date, it feels okay. So I don't think
So you chivalrous.
Yeah, why not?
Are you chivalrous?
Girls
James?
like the chivalry. If you're not chivalrous, she's not gonna like you.
A little.
And so that's why you want to be weak so she can like you.
You want her to like you.
Oh.
Or you ain't gonna.
And you were doing it at work and everywhere.
Only on dates.
James, are you chivalrous?
A little.
But don't he says it like it's a negative. It's not negative, James. Don't be ashamed, James.
I look up chivalry on Wikipedia and look at what they show. It's a man bowing to a woman.
That doesn't look a little. Not
Let
even
me
a
see if
little
I can
beta.
show this.
A lot of beta.
Oh yeah.
They make it
See
worse.
how weak that is?
Let me turn up my brightness.
But that's the liberal version of chivalry.
No, this is from the. I don't know. This is before liberals existed.
That's not true. Liberals been around since right after
Right,
the
too, right?
monarchies ended. The liberals started.
There you
You
go.
see that, Jesse?
Yeah, I see it.
I don't know
That's
if the people
weak.
can see it.
Right?
even
He
got-
looked crazy.
he
He
even
looked
got a-
crazy.
How's the picture?
His
Nick?
horse is even
Does
weak.
it look okay?
Another horse down there too.
It's a horse bowing down to her too.
That's what it looked
A little.
like.
Is that too
But
bright?
No, it's perfect.
That's not what chivalry should
It's
be.
perfect.
No, it depends on.
Oh,
Ooh. How's that?
fine.
Anyway.
Okay, thank you, James.
Okay.
Go away.
But I do
Oh, I
think
could
there's a
just drag
certain
it in
level
the
of like decency you should show to a lady.
What does that mean?
Like a little bit of chivalry, a little bit of like
Why?
kindness. I don't know. It's like I don't quite know exactly why it should be done, but it doesn't feel wrong to do it.
But it feel right.
I mean, it doesn't feel right or wrong. It feels like it's okay. It doesn't feel like when I'm doing it, like when I would do it in the right situations. It doesn't feel like it feels like the man's job is to protect the woman to a certain extent.
But
and that's a
opening
part
the
of it.
door ain't protecting her.
But it's like shows like a level of dominance, and it's like I don't know how to explain it, but like a respect to the women who.
Why?
I don't know, but it is. It feels that way.
Anchor baby, are you chivalrous?
Can I say first though, all this talk on chivalrous, you should be chivalrous.
Oh, Anchor baby is not chivalrous.
Huh? Why you say that? Oh,
He doesn't even answer texts.
it's true. I'm
He
not.
doesn't even. I heard that he doesn't even text his girlfriend.
Are you
You've been
chivalrous?
talking. You've been talking. You've been talking to her. Am I in trouble? We're gonna have a. We're gonna have a
We
meeting.
gotta ask her.
Look, I want things to go well, so hey, let's do the intervention. I want things to work out.
Are you chivalrous, Anchor baby?
Yeah, actually, I am. But can I say something about
You
that?
chivalrous?
Yeah, no, I am chivalrous,
Right
but not
on,
in the way
Nick.
you think. No, don't put your arm
Oh,
up.
come on.
No, you don't understand me, man. I'm not chivalrous like that.
Oh, go on. Whatever.
He said, I'm not chivalrous like that.
We're like, we're gonna ask the girlfriend. We're gonna find out the truth.
She'll tell you, Jesse. Don't tell. Jesse's gonna put me on blast because I don't open. Nobody said this.
Nick is not chivalrous.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Nobody said it.
I'm getting in my car, his car right next to my car. He and his girlfriend taking off. They're going to the car, right? Nick jumped in on his side, the driver's side, and his girlfriend struggling trying to open the door to get in.
I can see that too.
Because Nick has a big car, the girlfriend is thin. She can hardly open the door. Nick just sitting there
And
waiting.
he like, get in,
I'm
girl.
like, Nick, open that door with
See?
that woman.
I can see that.
You guys don't
Nick is
understand.
not chivalrous.
I am chivalrous, okay? Yeah, and you don't just even understand that word. It's just training. It's just
But you don't even test
open
her
the
back.
door is chivalry to you. No. That's just training. But we got a break to go to.
You don't even return text to her.
I do. Now that's slander, and maybe we got to talk. And maybe I'm in trouble. Okay.
Back in a moment. So this is about a shopping cart. question.
Do you know about the shopping cart question a little bit?
Do I?
Yes.
Yeah.
And regards to civilization,
No.
the decent people put back their shopping cart.
Oh. They do?
That's what they
So
say.
you put your shopping cart back?
We'll get to that. So apparently this woman on TikTok made a video about her shopping cart situation. She said that she put her kids in the car, she put the groceries in the car, and she ain't got time to be going, she ain't gonna take that risk and go there to put the shopping cart back as well. And apparently some people don't like it. It's causing uproar on TikTok at least. This is from, here is that soundbite. This is from today. A quote-unquote mom caused a TikTok scandal by saying she doesn't always return her shopping cart at the grocery store in a viral video. Watch this.
I'm not returning my shopping cart, and you can judge me all you want. I'm not getting my groceries into my car, getting my children into the car, and then leaving them in the car to go return the cart. So if you're going to give me a dirty look, fuck off.
Amazing. So that's what happened there, right? A little bit more information about this female. The woman in the video is a clinical and forensic psychologist, Dr. Leslie Dobson. Is that right, Nick?
Correct, yeah.
Leslie Dobson. And here is some of the responses to what she had to say on TikTok from GMA.
Now to a grocery cart controversy gaining a lot of traction online. A video posted by a woman who unapologetically says she never returns her shopping cart is sparking quite a debate about whether you should always corral that cart. Eva Pilgrim is here with more on that. Her excuse, though, is interesting. It's worth a listen in
Let
the
me
debate.
just tell you, this has caused all kinds of fights
Yes.
in the back office this morning. This social media video making many people really think, is it our social responsibility to return the cart at the store? And what do you do when you have your kids in tow? What do you leave? The kids or the cart?
The video getting nearly 12 million views.
I'm not getting my groceries into my car, getting my children into the car, and then leaving them in the car to go return the cart.
The mom of two says she first heard the debate on the radio and based off conversations she's had in her field, says she made this video with the intent to raise awareness of moms and children being unaware of their surroundings.
I wanted to make the video to empower people to say, trust your instinct. It's okay if you don't feel safe to not return your shopping cart.
Thousands reacting online. The reactions on both sides of the aisle split. Some saying not returning a cart is rude. Others agreeing with Dobson, saying they wouldn't leave their kids in the car alone either.
People who don't return their shopping cart are benefiting from everybody else doing the nice thing, which is returning their cart. Because if nobody returned their carts, then it would be chaos. I think that's also why this resonates. It's sort of like, I'm doing the nice thing and you're not sort of doing your part.
People didn't watch the whole thing, but now it's turned into such an important conversation, and I'm so happy that people are talking about this.
Amazing. What a mess. What a mess. Hassan, do you ever return your cart?
It's a great question.
I absolutely do, and I think it's degenerate for people to do that. I mean, you can't live in a lawless society. You know, first it's shopping carts, next it's, God knows what.
Is it wrong, Hassan, not to put it back if you have no kids or anyone?
Hassan never put it back, so.
No. Is that true? I always put it back. It is wrong. And
it's wrong not to put it back?
It's wrong not to put it back.
Why?
And honestly, because it just shows a lot about, you as a person. But here's the thing. I don't judge anyone for it, but I don't want people judging me when sometimes I put Sandy in the cart while I'm shopping. And people really don't like that, I've noticed. And people really give me a lot of looks on that.
Yeah, that's normal. Not to like.
That's right.
But
People don't always bag their fruits.
People are putting their kids in the cart. But anyway, the point is,
But the kid ain't a dog.
The kid is dirtier. And,
But it's made for the kid. It's made for the kid to go in the car.
The kid is doing way grosser things. But the point is,
allegedly.
Can you imagine walking around a grocery store with a dog in the car? Oh, God.
well, sometimes he just likes to get the. But
He just like he know that this is a shopping cart. I want to get in and ride.
he does like the ride, but it is wrong. It is wrong, but
Why? Go ahead. Finish your point.
because it's just it like I said, it shows a lot about the person, and it's.
Which is show more? The person carried the dog in the car?
That's true. That's why I said, whatever. I think it's wrong, but I'm not judging as long as people stop giving me dirty looks with saying it. We can both be wrong together. Let's make it a social agreement.
I'm judging him anyway because he doesn't always pick up the poop from his dog.
Wow.
There's a whole lot of people not doing that.
Okay, hold on.
That's true. And then he argue with the people when they argue with him for not picking it up. He argue back.
No.
He says we need a strong leader. Well, I better stop.
Is this the same guy that says it's wrong not to return the cart?
Right.
But he leaving dump on the grass?
Okay. Yeah, it's true. This is true.
No wonder you're not judging.
Yeah. Well, first of all,
are you serious? You really don't?
I know why.
In my neighborhood, I don't because the entire. First of all, I have 3 homeless people, full blown, living in front of my apartment building.
So you don't clean up your dog's dump?
I don't because I feel like. Okay, we're not trying. No one's even trying here.
So he gonna make it worse.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I have. I've given up in a lot of ways here. Haven't you guys noticed? I've given up.
What? No.
Or the
Larry David.
So in closing, I don't think it's wrong to not put your cart back.
Yeah, I don't think it's wrong.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And I never put mine back. Maybe once every blue moon, if I'm right next to that little owl thing, I'll push it back because I don't want it to hit my car or something.
Yeah.
But I don't.
It depends how packed the.
And the reason I don't think it's wrong because the store hire bus boys to go out there and get the cart. They get paid to do that.
To get them in the corrals.
Yeah, they
but
get
if you
them
leave them out,
and
they
bring them
roll-
back into the store.
You're making.
Yeah,
people like you are why the prices are going up.
No, they're gonna run the prices up anyway.
Base James.
See, these carts are rolling into people's cars and causing damage.
But still, the clerks.
Because you don't want to put it
They're
back
in the way.
corral.
People. It's
The,
like
you
a
don't have
to take
perfect,
it all the way back.
perfect parking spot, and you're leaving it in the way.
But the cart boy is supposed to go right out there and get them. That's their job.
You know the cart boys are
that
Gen
fast.
Z
I
now.
used to be a cart boy.
I know, but the cart boys are Gen Z now. They're not doing that. They're lazy.
That's the problem. I used to be when I worked at a market. My first job in LA was at a supermarket. My first job at the supermarket was cart boy, and we had to always watch to make sure the carts are out there and bring them back in so the customer could have them available to them. So I said that it's not wrong if you don't take your shopping cart and put it back into that little aisle things. And if people do it, that's nice. But you're not wrong because you're paying for groceries and you're paying the salary of the boys, the shop boys, and sometimes females now, that are supposed to go out and collect. They keep their eyes on the parking lot to keep the parking lot functions clean, right? And, pick up the stuff like that. And so they've been trained how to do it and everything. And they're supposed to walk around the whole lot to collect the carts and bring them back to the store to make them convenient for the guests. But what happened is they put those little corral things out there and they train you to bring them over there. You unconsciously been trained to
I
drop
like
them
it.
off
I need my
into-
exercise.
You think you like it.
Whatever.
Because if they had never put
if I
them
think
there,
I like it, then I'm happy.
if you had never put them there, if they had not put those little corral things, would you be taking the cart over to the corral thing?
I would take it all the way to the front of the store. Sometimes I
James
do.
would do it.
He's
James
a
would.
hold. His mama may beat him if he does that. But I don't think anything wrong with it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think that is wrong either. I mean, I understand.
Joel
what
puts
you're
it not.
saying.
Joel at least puts it kind of not in the way.
I just.
Do you leave it in the way?
I know,
I want to know how he does it.
Well, you don't think laziness is wrong, so.
Hassan asked me during the break. Hassan asked me if I went to Chick-fil-A, I guess, and when I get my meal, do I put the trash into the trash can? I said no, but I'm playing.
Okay.
I dumped that.
And so you put the tray back on top of the trash can
Right.
thing where it has that.
I don't think he does.
At that point, I was thinking like, at this point, Jesse think he's king of everybody does everything for you.
Last word, you're making this. The shopping cart ain't no big deal. And there's nothing. It's neither wrong or right. If you want to put them over there, fine. But if you don't, fine. Just, you're right. I wouldn't put it where I would let them hit someone's car. You know, I'll be careful with that. But this shopping cart thing, you've been played. The employees get paid to do that. And when you do their job for them, they're not going out there and getting their car. They're going to look out the window and you carry them. They looking at you doing it. I used to work for a supermarket. I know how that goes.
But did you quit or did they fire you?
And most of them are union members, and they make buku money.
But did you quit or did they fire you?
I quit.
Oh,
I went to another job that paid more money. I was
nice.
kind of climbing the ladder of jobs.
Because I was saying, if they fired them, we would have known why.
That's right. Amazing. My experts, y'all. Thank you, guys.
Nice.
Amazing. I have at least one soundbite I must play for you. It is Bible Thumper Thursday. This is so important. Listen up. I think you're going to like this one. Even if you don't like the man himself, you're going to like what he had to say about this. Concerning relationship with God. Donald Trump was on Fox and Friends and was asked about his relationship with God. Watch this from Fox.
This is Sharon from Alabama. And I think her question actually ties into what we were just talking about, which is how do you do this? And I know that you've said before that you've been sustained by the prayers of lots of Americans. I've seen pictures of people praying over you.
It's incredible, actually.
Her question is, she says, you've been faced with so much adversity and persecution for years. What's your relationship with God like, and how do you pray? That's Sharon from Alabama.
Okay, so I think it's good. I do very well with the evangelicals. I love the evangelicals.
Relationship with good with God.
And I have more people saying they pray for me. I can't even believe it. And they are so committed, and they're so believing. They say, "Sir, you're going to be okay. I pray for you every night." I mean, everybody, almost. I can't say everybody, but almost everybody that sees me, they say it. It's such a beautiful thing. You know what's a beautiful thing too? When you look at all of this bad stuff going on, they have nothing to look up to. They have no God. They have no anything. They kill people. They beat people. They push people into subways. There's just nothing there. Religion is such a great thing. It keeps you. You know, there's something to be good about. You want to be good. You want to. It's so important, and I don't know if it's explained right. I don't know if I'm explaining it right now, but when you have something like that, you want to be good. You want to go to heaven, okay? You want to go to heaven. If you don't have heaven, you almost say, what's the reason?
Yeah.
Why do I have to be good? Let's not be good. What difference does it make? Right? Or they try to create heaven here.
I love that question they asked. What's your relationship with God? He said, well, I think it's good. Amazing. He didn't respond to as how he prayed. He went on with the other thing, but amazing. And he's right. If you have not returned to good, you are evil. There's no in between. There's no nothing but that, right? You're either evil or good. And you can't go from one to another one. You're either evil or good. Amazing. I love that response. And it was an amazing question for him. 888-7753. And that's why we're having all this stuff you see happening in the country, Hell has been released by our government, by the mothers of the children, because mothers don't love their children. And fathers cannot protect their children because they have not overcome mama. So they're in hell. And all these not riots, but protests and everybody hating everybody for some reason. Do you know there's not one reason? There's not one reason to be angry at anyone about anything. Not at yourself about anything or anyone else. Just imagine that. I want you to think about that one. Smoke on it. Now that I mention it. There is not one reason to ever, ever, never, ever, ever, but never, 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 ever, ever, ever a reason to be angry. An angry person is truly deceived and have no love, zero love. If you're angry, whether you realize it or not, know it or not, say it or not, accept it or not, you literally have no love. You can say, oh, I feed the hungry, I go to church, I do this and I do that. All you're saying is that you do things to try to make yourself feel better, but it's not working. You're still evil. Doing things like that doesn't make you good, period. Anyone that, I'm telling you, you may not believe it, anger is your enemy. Anger, there's nothing good in any aspect of you at all if you have anger. Whether you're male, female, rich or poor, black or white, up or down, yonder, or there, or here or there, or everywhere, you have no love. You're evil. And that's why it said in the scriptures, do not trust an angry person. It's weird, not weird, it's interesting that the scripture says do not trust an angry person. And the Christians say, okay, it's okay to be angry. Jesus was angry. What the? Think about that. The Bible said don't be angry, don't trust an angry person. And the Christians say they are angry and they glorify in it. And as a result, they have all the wrong belief. They believe they have a free will. They believe Jesus is God. They believe one day, they're going to be saved. They believe going down to the front of the church and accepting Jesus as their God, Lord, and Savior, that they're saved. They believe emotions are good. They believe everything that's wrong. They gossip. They have revenge against others. They take sides. They're doing everything that's wrong, but yet have a false belief that they believe in God or Jesus. And they won't even question it. They won't even question it. The Christians even believe that there is someone there that needs to be saved. They believe that there is someone there that needs to be saved, but they can't tell you who's there. The imagination has played games on you that you can't even imagine. You don't even know the game. As I wake up, meaning that more and more and more I see, I'm like, what the? I didn't know. What the? Isn't that amazing? Well, but they know the Bible. You can't convince them they don't know the Bible. Oh, but they know God. You can't convince them that they don't know God. They know about God, and knowing about God is not knowing God. It's intellectual. But you can overcome all that. But you got to work on yourself. You got to become aware of you. Take your eye off everybody else and let them go to hell in a handbasket. You work on you. Take your eyes off your husband, your wife, your children, your mama, your daddy, your this and that, and work on you. You'll be fine. You can't save anyone else. You can't even help yourself. You can't save yourself. And it's something that you got to commit to and go all the way. No matter how rough the road gets, you stay with it. And you're going to see that you've been deceived about color, about racism, about abortion, about sexism and all this stuff, white supremacism. You've been lied about white supremacy. No such thing. You have been lied about anti-Semitism. No such thing. It's all lies. And that's why you're of the world suffering. Those who believe lies are suffering. They have no peace. No peace in the Middle East because you believe lies. If you don't love all, you love none. If there is one person, if there's one person that you dislike, that you don't love, you love none. You don't love your mama, you don't love your own family, and you don't love yourself. If there's one person you dislike for any reason, then you love no one. You love no one. You are an enemy. You are evil. The battle is spiritual. The warfare is between good and evil. And really between evil trying to conquer good, because evil is not even challenged for good. You know what amazing? It's like Mike Tyson getting in the ring and just knock that guy out in 1 minute. One knock. Or if that doesn't work, he'll bite your ear off. And you're going down. Amazing. So let me just give you this quick example of you being possessed. And anyone, and everyone does, except for those who have truly overcome anger, you are possessed and don't know it. You think it's you. You even blame other people for the way you feel. You get angry and you blame somebody else that you are angry, not knowing that you are possessed and that spirit of anger is inside of you. Because if it wasn't there, no one can make you angry about anything if the anger is not already in you. What the? But you're blind and you made me mad. You, husband and wife, fight all the time because they blame each other for the anger they feel. Not realize they were already possessed with anger when they met each other. They were already screwed up. And so people are being controlled because they are angry. I mentioned this from the Asch conformity experiment. It was a series of studies conducted by Solomon Asch in psychology to investigate how society pressures from a majority group can influence an individual belief and opinion. This is the Asch conformity experiment from EQ videos. Watch this.
As you can see here, I have a number of cards, and on each card there are several lines. Your task is a very simple one. You're to look at the line on the left and determine which of the 3 lines on the right is equal to it in length. All right, we'll proceed in this order. You'll give your answer.
Only one of the people in the group is a real subject, the 5th person with the white T-shirt. The others are confederates of the experimenter and have been told to give wrong answers on some of the trials. The experiment begins uneventfully as subjects give their judgments.
2, 2, 2, 2,
2,
3, 3, 3, 3.
But on the 3rd trial, something happens.
2, 2, 2.
The subject denies the evidence of his own eyes and yields to group influence. Asch found subjects went along with the group on 37% of the critical trials.
Amazing. So the guy in the white T-shirt, he didn't know that everybody else was aware, and they did it to see if they can influence him. And they did. You're like that too. You're easily influenced because you're angry, you're possessed, and you cannot see. And you fall for the okadoke. That's what happened to the blacks during the so-called civil rights movement. They fell for the lie. One person started saying it. Martin Luther King come along and say, y'all got a problem. And I'm here to save you. Well, what is our problem? We ain't know we had a problem. We've been doing fine. Racism is against you. The white man holding you down. Oh, yeah? And they fell for it. And look at now what's happening. You can't, there's nothing you can do to make them see that it's a lie. They have conformed to the lie. They have gone along with the majority, and the majority is always wrong. Even in the Bible, it says that the majority of the people are going to take the wide road that leads to destruction. And what do? You follow the majority. Ooh, a good example of this is the people into animals now. They have made the animals their God. And the money-making people is making buku money off the people who have made the animal their God. The dogs, the cats, especially the dogs. They make the dogs look pretty in suits. They say, oh, that's so cute. Come over to this store and buy this outfit for the dog. And then walk up and down the street and look around to make sure people see you with the dog with the raincoat. And they're going to come over and pat the dog with the raincoat, and you're going to feel good. Oh, now we have a park for the dog. Bring all your dogs over and walk around in the park. By the way, it's 50 cents to get in the park. Or buy your dog a bone while you're at the park. You've been sold a bill of goods. And you think that the animal feels what you feel. But it's the other way around. You're feeling what the animal feels because you're in an animal's nature, animal state of mind. Animals don't feel nothing for you. You're feeling that way because you're in a fallen state. But you think the dog love you. The dog don't love you. That dog bite the mailman. And you thought the dog was nice. You have conformed. Most would take the wide road that leads to destruction. And one would take the straight and narrow path that leads to life. You know, amazing? Think about it. This is why you need to get to know yourself so you can understand what's going on. One other quick example. Another study to show that you have been brainwashed. You're possessed. This is from National Geographic. National Geographic did a similar experiment. This one uses shame and elevators. Watch this from National Geographic.
Congestion in elevators is a frustrating problem. To reduce crowding in this 18-story building, we're programming the buttons in the elevator so if anyone selects the first few floors, a rude message gets played.
The question is, can we shame lazy elevator users into taking the stairs?
Please exit and take the stairs.
I hope I'm not getting off first. I'll be like, really? I'm supposed to walk?
Please exit and take the stairs.
Bobby. I'm late.
They should be ashamed of taking the elevator to the second floor.
Hey, lazy, take the stairs.
I think this is great. I think it's absolutely outstanding.
Hey, lazy, take the stairs.
I think that was aimed at me.
Hey, lazy, take the stairs.
Okay.
Wow, see that? Amazing. That's every human being until you overcome, until you wake up. Every human being. You look at society today, they are making buku money off human beings by making them feel good. A thrill. You're getting an expensive thrill and you call it something else. When in reality, emotions are not necessary, not needed. Isn't that funny? they set it up and tell these people that press the little button to the second floor, hey, lazy, take the stairs. And they fall for it. Amazing. When the boys said, please, no one listened. But when it started calling people lazy, they got to moving. So when the elevator said, please take the stairs, no one did it. But when they call them lazy, take the stairs, they listened and did it. They are possessed. Now, here is my hero. This is one person, this last soundbite, then I'm going to get to your calls and super chat. This soundbite is my hero. And I believe, I could be wrong because I don't know this person at all, but I believe this person was born an individual, meaning not twin, but born an individual thinker. I believe this. And I believe unless something drastic happened in his life, we're going to hear more from him. This young kid is White History Month. He is something else. He is my hero. He's the only one that can stand alone in this next soundbite. I want you to watch this. This is mind-blowing. The question was asked, are boys stronger than girls? One group of kids is asked to weigh in if boys are stronger than girls. Watch this from X.
Boys are stronger than girls.
Well, physically, like, for the most part, in gender roles and stuff like that, boys are just supposed to be stronger. That's just a thing that happens. They work out at the gym. And yeah, girls certainly can work out too if they want. But again, it's more common for boys.
Disagree or step forward?
Who's one to say what gender, like, depends, like, who's stronger? It doesn't matter what gender you are. It matters who you are. It doesn't matter what you were born. It matters what you want to be.
You could be referring to strength in so many ways, like physically, emotionally, where the strength in your body is placed. Like, it all just depends.
I play volleyball, and sometimes we play the boys' teams, and we, like, you know, we've crushed them a couple times.
These preconceived notions that, like, boys go to gyms, girls, like, stay at home. Like, one of my best friends is a girl, and, like, she's stronger than half the guys I know.
Beta, amazing. That little kid explained it well. He reminded me of Hate when Hate was a kid. That was Hate then. He explained it. It's just, boys are stronger than girls. And he stood alone. And all the other beta guys stood with the girls. And the other girls agreed because they are possessed. 888-7753-773. You are possessed, but you can overcome it. You're not stuck. Oh, so I want you guys to respond to one other thing.
Okay.
I want to hear your response. Hassan, I want to play C74WKRG.
The heck?
And Atmore, is that right, Nick? Atmore woman was crowned Miss Alabama in the National American Miss pageant. Watch this.
A woman from Atmore is living her dream, representing the state of Alabama in the National American Miss program. WKRG News 5 Summer Pool introduces us to this inspiring young woman.
A crowning achievement, 8 years in the making. Sarah Milliken of Atmore has competed in the National American Miss program since she was 15.
I competed once as a junior teen when I was 15, again as a teen when I was 16, and not placing, that was really, really hard.
Now at 23, the famous saying rings true, third time's a charm.
Just being able to come back 8 years later and say, okay, I didn't give up on this dream, and now because I didn't give up on it, I get to be the next Miss Alabama and wear this crown for a year.
The purpose of the National American Miss program is to grow confidence and foster a positive self-image. Contestants range in age from 4 to 24. Milliken hopes to send a message to all girls and young women, not just those who compete in pageants.
I hope that they learn that no matter what your body looks like, no matter where you come from, you can do anything that you set your mind to.
Man.
And you say, Hassan?
Well, being fat is not common courtesy. You know, you shouldn't be fat. It's honestly rude. And women specifically, you know, you can't be fat. So I don't know if that's the question, but it's not common courtesy to be overweight.
What do you think about the new Miss American pageant?
I don't understand why it's necessary for them to lie. Like, I don't understand why they feel like...
What are they lying about?
Like, lie and say that this is body positivity or that this is like...
It's right, positively fat.
Yeah, right, confidence. This is like building confidence in women. No, it's not. It's believing a lie and being able to identify with the lie. You know what I mean? If she worked hard to lose the weight, then she would be more proud of the result of she came this far and feel good about herself. But instead, she just got everybody to lie with her and make her feel good. And it really deep down, when she go home, she know that this
and now she's so fat, and they said fat people to have heart attacks, either blood pressure. She may walk down the Miss Patty runway there and have a heart attack.
And then they'll still try to... It's a mess.
She might with all that weight. Not that I don't know if she got a medical problem, but I'm just saying.
No, it's a mess.
What do you think about Miss National American Miss Pageant out of Sweet Home, Alabama? Look like she ate Alabama. No.
Yeah, I don't think about her.
He just playing YouTube.
She was bigger than all four of those other women. And I think it is. I think it is a little bit sad that, not a little bit. I think it's sad that they're offering this false hope and false confidence to someone who obviously doesn't have it and wouldn't have it even in a false way. She might have it for a moment, but I think, like Joelle said, when she's alone, when she's in a place and she's in her head thinking about it, she knows everybody's looking at how big she is.
Right.
Yeah.
And she walking down the aisle alone, so tired. How long is the runway?
She sweat. I sweat a lot. She sweat more than me.
She like, could you cut the runway in half?
Can you give me one of those carts?
Oh.
I
don't feel like walking out.
I don't have
YouTube. He's just playing YouTube.
I don't feel like walking around this long walkway.
Bring in the shopping cart.
It's going to take four of them to roll her down there.
Let my child push me in the child like Hassan done with his dog. Speaking of that, Hassan going to love this. According to Inside Edition, Bark Air made an airline just for dogs. Watch this.
Sure, some airlines welcome dogs on board, but on Bark Air, dogs are royalty.
The future of travel is here. World-class dining. Critically acclaimed in-flight entertainment. Introducing Bark Air.
And yes, this is for real. Bark Air has thought of everything to make the dog flying experience exceptional.
From the moment you book a ticket, you have a personal concierge who's reaching out to you to learn everything possible about your dog. Build out the exact seating chart, the exact experience, the meet and greet, even the car service that we offer. Does your dog want the window up? Does he want the window down? Does your dog like to sit in the back? Does he like to sit in the front? We'll go so crazy as to take music requests for that kind of thing.
Before flights, normal rules won't apply.
There's no TSA checkpoint. There's no lines. There's no long waiting period. If your dog is allergic to chicken, we will have treats to make sure we get around that allergy. Every flight will have a trained flight attendant someone who has background as a vet tech, a trainer, some sort of dog expert on there, just in case anything comes up. And then we also just have sort of a just-in-case kit. We have pee pads, we have calming blankets.
Bart about to make some money off the dog lovers. Bart about to get rich. I'm going to invest in Bark.
I don't.
You say?
Do they? I don't understand. Do they think that the dogs care about this stuff?
They don't care. It's the owner. They're catering to the owner for money. So, I'll start with Joel on this one. A whole airline just for dogs. You say?
That's how does the mind get this far on allowing this stuff? Money. No, that's true.
You
but it's
make the people emotional. You can sell them a chicken house.
But it's so crazy that you can even think that allow yourself to do it and then be okay with it and not be embarrassed.
Did you hear my list of demons you possess?
That's crazy. I thought there was a joke. It's so crazy I thought it was a joke.
I know. And you say? Yeah.
People are so dumb, and they dumb their animals down. They dumb other people, their kids down. They dumb everything around them down. It's just the strangest thing.
Yeah.
That's strange. That's right. And you say, Hassan?
I'm not mad at it. I mean, here's the thing: the way they treat human beings on airplanes, we're basically animals. I mean, this idea of middle seats and men can wear shorts, sit next to you. I mean, it's just insane the type of stuff that happens on airplanes for even human beings. So,
the dogs and the illegals are treated better than people at the airport.
Yeah.
Just airplane experience is
And so
horrendous.
you like the idea of a dog airplane?
Huh?
If you can, you can hear. If you can, you can hear.
He heard all the other questions.
You like the idea of a whole airplane for dogs?
Well, I like the idea of being able to get up and move around. It looks like you can.
Do you like the idea of a whole airplane for dogs?
Where are they going?
What I'm saying, all airplanes is for dogs at this point, is what I'm saying.
Do you like the idea of a
Yes.
whole airplane for dogs?
I like it. Why not? We're already treated like dogs on the flights.
But does it seem
So
like
now we'll get deeper into dog.
Here's some, crackers and peanuts and sit in between people. It's just insane.
like as a dog?
What that has to do with dogs, though? But go ahead.
I was gonna say, as a dog owner for Sandy, do you think that this is like too far, or do you think it's like, oh, that's kind of like?
I like it. I mean, it depends on the pricing and what we're talking about, but I like it.
And so you understand that too, Durham?
I don't understand. I tried.
Oh, I agree.
I'm trying.
You agree with that?
I'm trying.
I understand what you're saying.
I can't.
Well, I purposely do things to get the chat to go against me, so I like to be the villain.
So
but
you don't be purposely doing it. I want to know how you really feel.
no, I do feel this way.
Oh. And you say? Did I already ask you?
Uh-huh.
Oh, my final question, and then y'all got to go. Who are dumber, men or women?
Man, that's a toss-up in a way.
Who's going first?
I'm gonna say women though, because they got interesting ideas and think it's 100. But men do some dumb stuff.
I know.
I'll say women.
Who are dumber, men?
I'm a man.
Who are dumber, men or women?
Are we talking about today or in general?
Who are dumber, men or women?
Why are you
setting myself up? Dumber. I don't know. They're both pretty dumb.
That's my biblical question for next week. But who are dumber?
I had to smoke on it.
He's doing common courtesy right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, who's dumber? Because there's the different things that depend on who's dumber. Like, what does that mean? Spiritually. I'm doing the wrong thing with the wrong person.
Who are
I don't
dumber?
know. I have to think about it.
Who are dumber? Who is it? Are dumber? Who are dumber? Men or women, Hassan?
100% women.
100% women.
Yes.
Dumber.
I know it's a toss.
I was somewhere the other day and I was just observing. I was people watching, and I was just looking at women. And I'm like, they're children. They're little kids. I realized when even dating, I'm like, wow, I have a dog and a girlfriend. It's the same thing, you know? It's just children, dogs, and women. It's
taking a joke too far.
I'm telling you. I go.
It's kind of a toss-up in the way because, like, a lady will come up with an idea of that Miss Alabama thing. Oh, this is the perfect woman. Or it's okay to be a man to pretend like he's a girl. And guys will go along with it. So that's why I say it's so hard to...
And when it comes to, like sexual things, guys are way dumber. Like, girls are more, like, they're more stable when it comes to that stuff. They don't make irrational decisions sexually. When it comes to sexual stuff, guys are just stupid. But overall, I have to think about it.
Thank you for my experts. Thank you guys. Amazing. Thank you all so much. Amazing. I am so out of time. I don't know where time went. Stay on that straight and narrow path, folks. Don't get off. For those that are on there, those that don't want to be on there, stay in your hell. Just stay in your hell. I'm okay. Suffer and die. Amazing. Do the silent prayer. Forgive. You can't go wrong. Work on you. Don't worry about anybody else. Leave them in their hell. Your husband, your wife, your kids, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your friend. Leave them in hell. They love their hell. Don't you go over there messing with their hell. You're end up back in hell. In hell. Stay on your straight and narrow. I'll see you at church on Sunday. Fellowship at 11 a.m. Doors open at 10:30. RebuildingTheMan.com/church. All right. I'll be back on Monday if the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise. All right, folks. Thank y'all. Amazing.